So, folks on in the class, did you try doing the deep learning approach?
Guys, good morning. We'll begin the session in next 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Rujul, can you confirm everyone is in the class? Then we can begin. There is actually a very unfortunate news, Nishant. So some of the batch 7 participants may not be there.
Oh, okay.
One of the classmates' mother passed away in the morning.
Sorry to hear.
Some of the classmates have gone there.
Oh, sorry for that.
Rujul, can you confirm? We can start, I think.
Yes, ma'am. We can start, ma'am.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing?
There is no spirit in the voice, sir. Everyone is down.
All good, Nishant.
Good morning, all.
Huh?
Maybe they need a coffee shot, tea, something like that is required.
If you were in the campus, Shardama would have given a nice coffee. So you are missing the coffee now.
Yeah, we're all missing the campus for sure.
Yeah, and Nishant has to come down, no? Nishant
I had a plan to come this month, but yeah, again the plans got changed.
Okay. So
So
once
maybe
we have
next
to
year
meet,
only.
yeah, once we have to meet Nishant. Nishant
Sure.
has taken maximum modules now, right?
Yeah, but all modules I was only online. Almost.
Yes.
Only for 2 batches I came there.
Yeah. All COVID, after that we have not met Nishant.
Sure.
Okay, so everyone knows that how important is this module again. This can be a major game changer for your resume as well. A lot of opportunities for AZ500, but since Nishant is very closely working with a lot of certification bodies, he has promised that he will go beyond AZ500. So I think there are 2 more certifications, Microsoft new certifications, which are coming on the same line, DevOps as well as DevSecOps, he would be covering. So we are extremely thankful and glad that Nishant is actually helping not just align with only one certification, but actually looking at more futuristic understanding on where this cloud security track is going. So I hope everyone will just check the LMS as well as the cybersecurity lesson, the cloud security lesson plan, and hope that everyone will do extremely well. We want again 100% pass percent, nothing less than 100%. Individually, all must clear. So please pay attention, practice, sacrifice your personal life, practice, and then get this done. Okay. So over to you, Nishant. All the best.
I'm sure Dr. Shiru, they will definitely shine. And I see so many positive things. Sometimes I'm feeling why I'm not getting double salary is what I'm feeling. Because maybe I have to join race so to get double salary. I see so many people actually getting good salaries. Then okay, so many good jobs being in a very every time I saw post, congratulations.
No, we are so glad that I think it's everyone is helping us in this journey, and individually also all of them are really whoever is working hard.
Yeah.
It's not that every 100% of them are active, but then whoever is working hard, we have seen great transformation in their career. So we are so happy. I think. But Nishant, you are a mentor, so you have the whole world out there, right? So
I was
okay,
very happy for Rahul for
yes.
the DevSecOps because he was like, for him it was very difficult to initially pick up because he was very new into the domain and all. But now DevSecOps engineer, that in Flipkart, so it's a very good one.
JP
JP
Morgan
Morgan. Oh,
Chase.
okay.
Yeah, and that viral, his video is becoming, one rage here. So
Good.
the way that he's speaking now, he's designing his capstone projects, and this year he'll get the convocation. So we are super
Okay.
proud.
Nice.
Not just
Good.
the freshers, freshers transition. Some of the very senior profiles also, we are happy of their transitions.
Nice.
If you remember, Divyendu Bhatt has become,
Yeah.
very senior product sec, AppSec lead at JP Morgan. So he's actually crossed kind of 1 CR salary. So yes, we are excited.
Where are you seeing these notifications?
Pardon?
Where are
LinkedIn.
okay,
Oh,
LinkedIn.
Venkat, you are in the group. My God. Rujul, can you check? He is in the main groups.
Yes, ma'am.
He may be. Yeah, main groups. Race Reva University 1 and 2 groups.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just check.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, maybe it is our bad. Yes.
I'm always left behind.
So sorry. Okay. So I hope you are watching. I mean, good that you informed us. So we'll immediately ask to put.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So everyone, happy learning, looking forward to an exciting career transformation. So people who are looking at, we have now more companies are getting empaneled for cybersecurity profiles. Everyone is looking for cloud security certifications plus hands-on experience. So please, what is that? Make a better profile. Run your CVs with us so that we will know whether this CV will work or not. Take some mock interviews with some of the mentors and then be ready for the placements. Okay. So over to you, Nishant. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Shanu. So guys, let's ask a very simple question and then we will start the session. How many of you in your organization are you using Office 365? You can raise your hands.
We are using.
Yeah, guys, I have around 28. Okay, I can exempt some people from race, but only 10 participants. Huh? So, okay, I see around 12 participants. 13. Okay, now good. The number is increasing. Those who have not raised, tell me what are you guys using at your organization for emails? At your organization, what is the email service provider that you are using? Is it okay? Good. Now Anjanelu tells G Suite. Yeah, I was expecting same answers, which is good. So let's say if I have to look at enterprises, okay, I'm talking about enterprises. When you go for enterprises, right? If you take 100 top enterprises, 50 plus enterprises will rely on Office 365. Or actually, it's more than that. But let's take 50 as a consideration. So earlier, going back to the old days, when you were talking about emails, right? Whenever you talk about email, we used to have this Exchange server, right? Maybe any one of you who is coming from the infrastructure background, we used to have something called as Exchange server, which is typically maintained in the enterprises. For small companies, it was difficult. So they used to go for GoDaddy, hosting service providers, Bluehost. for maintaining the emails. But since the cloud has gained boom, even the smallest players, the small players are not going to use this GoDaddy or Bluehost. What they are doing is directly they are actually adopting Office 365 or G Suite. What else has the alternatives? Office 365, G Suite, Zoho. Some of these services are being used by even the startups now. Even the big companies are using this Office 365. Now tell me, we all tell that sensitive information, primary information. We all talk about securing the information in transit, securing the information in storage and all. Don't you think your emails are sensitive? What do you guys think? Emails are sensitive or not?
Yeah,
Yes.
they are sensitive.
And you have VIPs like your senior managements, yeah, CEOs, board of directors. Their email IDs are more important than maybe a clerk email ID. Both the email IDs are important, but there is a preference, right? You will react very fastly when some CEO's email doesn't work, but you may not respond at the same speed when a clerk email ID doesn't work. Correct? And obviously there is a preference, and the sensitivity of the data also changes. Maybe a clerk may not have a marketing budget or budget details or competitor details, but a CEO will have competitor details, pricing, bidding details and all. So obviously his email ID will be more sensitive and the data in his email is more sensitive. Correct? And how many times are we focusing on security at this area? We don't, because we think that Office 365 is a SaaS service. In SaaS services, everything is taken care by the cloud provider. Correct? Is that how you think?
Yes.
But that is not the reality. The most underrated area in an enterprise is Office 365 security. The most underrated area. Trust me, next 2 years, you will see a lot of boom coming in this area. Why? Because unlike old days, Office 365 is not just an email. If you look at Windows 11 upgrade, there is a very tight integration between Windows 11 and Office 365. If you have looked at Windows 7, Windows 8, have you ever thought that with the help of email ID I can log in to my Windows 7, Windows 8? Have you ever thought with the help of email ID like Gmail ID, Hotmail ID, Rediff, can I log into my computer? Have you ever thought about it? No. But with Windows 10, with Windows 11, you can enable your email to be integrated. That means you can use for example, my email ID is patnishan@gmail.com. I can use my email ID to log into Windows. I can use my email ID to log into my Windows laptop. We all know that. Most of the time we ignore this. Most of the time we ignore this information. Why we ignore this information? Because we all are habituated with username password method. We all are habituated with username password method. There are other methods to log into your computer. Fingerprint can be used, PIN can be used, face recognition can be used. I hope you all know that, right? Windows Hello
Yes.
Face,
Yes.
Windows Fingerprint, Hello PIN, security key, password, picture-based sign-in. There are so many other methods that are available on Windows. We all think that, okay, I need to use only username password method, but that is going to change with Windows 11. And it's going to bring a lot of changes in the way that you are using PC. Okay. So let's ask one more question. How many of you have an offline copy of your email? How many of you have an offline copy of your Gmail? Let's take Gmail as a condition. Offline copy of your Gmail. Do you have an offline copy of your Gmail? I need
No.
activeness, guys.
No.
So you don't have an active. That means if without email, without internet, you will not be able to access your Gmail.
Yes.
So are you sure, guys? You will not be able to access?
Without internet, we can see the old mails, right? In our mobile or something.
That means mobile has a caching. How about laptop?
Laptop, no, we need to configure.
Okay. Now, can you access your office emails without internet on your laptop?
Yes, we can.
How are you doing it?
Because it is in Outlook, it is already configured. So whatever
that means you have a client. You have a client sitting on your computer, which is helping you to access your emails offline without internet. Because what is it doing? It is doing something called as caching. What is it doing? It is doing something called as caching. It's keeping a local cache. Can I do the same thing for my Gmail also? Can I configure my Gmail in the Outlook and then can I make it to work the same way? Yes, I can absolutely make it to work. Clear?
Yeah.
So now that is the difference that we need to understand. That most of your emails are available online as well as offline in an enterprise. However, when you go for a personal purpose, we only use online, and that's what we are habituated. We are habituated to think that, oh, only online I can see, offline I cannot see my personal emails. However, if you have a client, if you have configured your client, it will absolutely work. Clear? Now, where is this client sitting? On your laptop, yeah? On your laptop, the client is sitting. Clear? Now, this laptop has to be protected. What are the security measures are you using to protect this laptop? Or an end use? For example, I say laptop only. Today mobiles also have, no? iPad is there, no? Yeah.
Patching antivirus, then USB ports, then hard disk, encrypting hard disk, then controlling the internet.
Okay, good. Then
With access rights. Internet, hard disk, antivirus, then protecting endpoints like USB, other things, because virus might.
Okay, good.
Then Bluetooth, wireless connectivities.
Okay.
Wireless is a major threat that we see nowadays because everyone are going with the wireless technologies like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So That is a major area that we have to protect.
But if you block Bluetooth, I'm a headset user. I'm a Bluetooth headset user connecting to my laptop. It doesn't work out, no?
We can, there is a controls that we can put, and only audios can work, and disable the file transfers or any other activity apart from
Good.
what is that
Excellent.
connecting to the devices.
Excellent, excellent. Now tell me, to do all this job, you need one tool or different tools?
With a recent, the most of the things are addressed by Microsoft, but I would say no at current situation, because there are other tools which has like controlling internet. I think we need a different proxies that needs what is that nano level controlling. Then as I told you, the Bluetooth one, we need a different tool which cannot be done by Microsoft. Yeah, but it's a bundle of tools that needs to what is that enable all the controls.
So, as you said correctly, there are multiple tools like mobile device management for controlling how the IO operations should work, whether to enable USB, disable USB. Group policies are also there. I'm not telling the group policies are not there. There are group policies also. Then you have EDRs that you implement. Then you have HIDS, you have NIDS. There are so many tools that are helping you to protect. Now, all these are third party. All these are third party. What Microsoft tells us, why you should have all these tools. I'll give you one umbrella of tools. I'll give you one umbrella of all the tools that you want in one suite. Called as Office 365 E5 license. If you have an Office 365 E5 license, in the future, they are going to accommodate all different types of tools that are available. In the different markets, they'll make it into one tool. And from now, you don't need to install antivirus from Symantec, Splunk, EDR. Everything can be done by Windows itself. So Windows have an inbuilt functionality from now. But is it a game changer?
Yeah. Nishant, one small clarification. Is it Microsoft the Office 365 E5 or EMS plus E5 kind of a thing? Because there is a lot of confusion for me on that.
Yeah, no worries. I'll explain you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Office 365 suite has different licenses. We'll talk about the licenses and their types in some time. But what Office 365 is telling is, rather than you having multiple tools to do multiple types of protection on an endpoint, we are the operating system providers. So we know better than anyone. So they say, okay, boss, we will provide you the system in such a way that you use your Office email ID. You use your Office email ID to log into your computer. That is a facility. It's not that you have to use your Office email ID. You can use username password also. Your username password is already mapped to your Office email ID. Okay. In the Office 365. So what they are telling is, we will give you one umbrella with almost all the necessary services which third-party tools can do. It is not great at this moment. Every third-party tool is specialized in their own job. But Windows or Office 365 Defender is coming up with almost all the concepts initially. Now it's not that great. Microsoft Office 365 is not a great tool at this moment. It doesn't do the same specialized activities that Splunk does, EDR does, but they have so many other services which are coming up and which are already out, which many of us don't look at it. And not only you, as an enterprise, many people ignore the benefits that are already provided by Microsoft. I'll tell you the reason. The reason is they could have already invested in many other tools and they don't want to explore Microsoft Office at this moment. no one want to explore, or because they don't want to change, because any changes in Office 365 will have a larger impact on the organization, because they affect, because for many of us, emails are something which you cannot ignore. Yeah, and the policies over there. So let's go ahead and understand the ecosystem of Office 365. Okay, first after understanding the ecosystem, then we'll go for the licensing. Just observe this diagram for a couple of minutes, and then we will talk. Just observe this, and then we will talk. Okay. Are you able to correlate something from this? If yes, what is that?
How Microsoft Sentinel acts as a security guard between insider risks and external threats.
Yes, and there are so many options in Microsoft Office 365, which you will never realize it that, oh, even this option is also enabled, that option can be enabled, this option can be enabled. And obviously, which is most underrated. And you know, all enterprises already have this license. It is not that they don't have license. They already have this license enabled and they are already using this license. But the only thing is they don't enable the features. You're getting me, right? It's like you're purchasing an elephant and asking it to lift only like 10 kgs, 20 kgs, which you can also do it. Correct? So this is the most underrated or unused activity that happens in Office 365. Because that's why I took enterprise as an example. In an enterprise, anything above 100 users, no? Any company which is more than 100 users, they have to anyway purchase Office 365 license. And they already have it. Almost all the time they will have E5 licenses. Yeah, because P2 will give you only for 100. And after that 100, if you want to go for more, you will go for an E5 license. So when you already have a license, why don't you use the technology or the configuration that is already available? Doesn't it make your life easy? Yes, it makes. And you have already seen, no? Earlier, I am not sure whether you remember this or not. There used to be something called as Defender. Do you see this? Microsoft Defender. So it has its own virus scanning and threat protection. Now today, like how many of your operating systems right now, your office laptops have an antivirus installed, third-party antivirus, live out Windows, third party? Raise your hands. Yes. If yes, what was the software? What is the software that is used?
Semantic.
Okay.
Cisco AMP.
Good. McAfee. Okay.
Silence.
Only 4 people. Like we have around 20 plus people and around 4 to 5 people only have antivirus. What happens to the remaining other folks? There is no antivirus at all. Sorry.
We have Sophos.
40 client. Okay.
Sophos endpoint.
Okay, good. Sophos endpoint. Carbon black. Good. So now you're installing all of this to protect against different types of attacks, right? Some of these can be actually solved with the Office 365 solution. I'm not telling Office 365 is a great solution. I'm telling that this is going to be a game changer as you move along. Because why should I purchase Carbon Black when my Windows by default license can do that job? By default, when it can do my log analysis, why should I go ahead and use Splunk or Logarithm or QRadar? Because if you purchase Splunk, you will purchase Splunk based on number of devices, no? If more number of devices are Windows, then let the Windows Office 365 do the job. So Office 365 also comes with the capability to identify malicious payloads, something of this sort. For example, we all talk that phishing is the most common attack that happens on any environment. We all talk about that. Is phishing a common attack?
Yes.
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 Then how do you defend against phishing? What solutions do you have to defend against phishing? What solution we have to defend against phishing?
Maybe some intelligence, some unexpected coming.
From where? From where?
Yeah, like
Ultimately,
So
email,
most
right?
is awareness.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Email, which is coming from unrecognized sources or something.
Then
who
should do it? Antivirus will do the job? No.
No.
It is the email gateway who will do the job. It is the email gateway. So which email gateways do you have at this moment? Anyone?
365. We have others. GoFence is there. There are pretty other solutions, but now majorly we go with Office 365.
Yes, you're all falling back. Earlier, if you when you had Exchange servers, these email filtering, email gateways are very famous. Yeah. Before when you had your own exchange servers, it was very famous. But now people stopped it. There is no craze for that email filters. The reason is each service provider comes with their own filtering capability. If you go for Office 365, they have the filtering capability. If you have G Suite, you have their filtering capabilities. So Microsoft Defender for endpoints is actually helping users to go ahead and identify that any malicious activity is going on or not, and then accordingly use the threat intelligence that Microsoft has to defend the emails. Marimuthu, we are on mute. You're not on mute. Okay. Is this clear? So any unwanted email opening or USB has been detected, malicious payload has been detected. This Defender is going to share that intelligence to the Office 365, and Office 365 is going to protect. Previously, Office 365 was only meant for emails. Now it is used for endpoint protection also. Okay. And how can I use? Okay, let's ask this question. I asked many people. Many people say that we only look at emails. How can I use Office 365 in SOC, in security operations? We are all ultimately you all do security operations at some point of time. You know SOC, right? SOC. What do you do as a part of the SOC?
We analyze the event and check if there was any what is that unwanted events that is breaching the policy or which is potentially a security incident. Then highlight do a what is that analysis on that, and then raise a what is that ticket. This is a usual thing that happens. But connecting Office 365 with existing SOC like what is it, Splunk or ArcSight or something, it's pretty challenging. It won't be a live kind of a thing.
Correct. This is one of the biggest challenges that every enterprise is facing. My wife works in a SOC. Yeah. When I ask her, okay, how are you going to address this challenge? They are one of the biggest SOCs in their industry. They say that, okay, we don't have that integration at this moment. We analyze Office 365 logs separately, and we don't integrate them with the existing systems. And if you have existing systems, the only correlation is done by a human. You cannot do an automated correlation. And that's one of the biggest challenges that was there. But now even that is also changing, because with the help of Sentinel. And there is another product from Microsoft called as Microsoft Defender Extended Detection and Response. Your EDR, no? You know your EDR, right? This is an alternative to your EDR, which has the capability to protect infrastructure of any type. Like if you have an infrastructure on AWS, you can integrate that infrastructure into the security operations of Office 365. If you have a platform as a service, IoT devices, different identity and access management, endpoint devices, like it can be a Windows laptop, it can be your Android, it can be your iOS or Macintosh, SaaS application integration and information exchange and information storage systems. Almost everything can be connected to your XDR, Microsoft Defender XDR, extended detection and response. And then this XDR will go ahead and send the events to Sentinel, and Sentinel will do the analysis for you. Threat hunting can be done here. So almost Microsoft is going to come up with references in such a way that it is trying to replace every other security product. It cannot replace, first of all, it cannot replace every other security product, but it is trying to become one of them. So if you want to make a career in security, that to cloud security, this is one area that is untapped market. You can go for it. There will be so many job opportunities in this case. Unlike the Azure firewall, unlike the network security in cloud, because that is a traditional security. This is a SaaS based security. I hope you guys are able to understand the difference, right? That's a traditional security model. This is a SaaS based security model. So things here will be a little different. Here you will not see much of the configuration, installation. Mainly installation, patching, configuration will be less. Management will be more, like, because it's pretty fine. It's already enabled in the SaaS. You just need to click 4 or 5 points, 4 or 5 buttons, and then the environment is ready for you. Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nishant, where can we find all these options? Yeah, I'll show you. But I hope you guys are getting to know, right, what kind of things can actually happen. So there is a lot of change in the Microsoft products, and because we are relying on Microsoft products a lot, it's very important as an individual that you gain a very quick learning in this area. What and all it can provide for us, we need to understand. It can help you to receive alerts. It can help you to receive different alerts. OK, and it can help you to automate incidents. Now that automation of the incidents can be done for Office 365 events or even external Defender logs that are coming. And it can also help you to help in remediation activities. So you can only focus on your remediation activity. Rather than a human taking a judgment, it's an AI model which will take the judgment. It will help you to identify true positives, alert ratios. OK, it can help you to do automation in the investigation. It can help you to integrate with other tools. You can do incident management. Sorry. Threat hunting can be done. Proactive threat hunting, advanced forensics, detection tuning, incident management. Almost all these activities can be done in Office 365 only. The only reason is you just need to onboard. You just need to onboard your Windows into Office 365. That's it. From then it will start detecting things. From then it will start detecting things. Clear? Any questions? Now, Nishant, what if I have to do it? Can I go ahead and do it is on your own individual? Yes, you can go ahead and do it everything on your individual also. You just need to activate the Office 365 trial license for it. Once you activate that, pretty much all the options can be seen. Now, Nishant, how do I validate myself? Let's go ahead and I need a volunteer who can help me in doing that. Or okay, actually, I don't need to do it. I'll show it on my screen so it's easy for me. There's a lot of theory. Now I'll go into the practicals. So if you go to security.microsoft.com, which many people don't know, this domain, security.microsoft.com, and just try to log in with your credentials. Just observe what I'm doing so you can observe it. I'm logging in with my Gmail. I'm logging in with my Gmail. Is Gmail an Office 365 license? Can I have an Office 365 license here? See, we are having a troubleshoot. We cannot log in you. Why can't they log in me when I log in with my Gmail ID? Guys, are you getting me?
Because maybe you don't have license to.
No, it's a personal account.
You need a Microsoft account?
Yes, I need a Microsoft account.
Which should be enrolled into that particular domain, or it should be with what is that enterprise, as you said, E5 or something, because it says that the ID is a personal Microsoft
Account. It's not an Office account. So shall we log into an Office domain? I'll log into a very simple Office domain and just observe the Office domain. Now I'm logging into an Office domain. How does your Office domain look like? Typically, for example, how does your Reva domain look like?
After the name at the rate is the domain, like example,
Correct.
race.reva.edu.in. That's the domain.
race.reva.edu.in. Correct. So that is the
Yes.
domain. So that means it's a corporate domain. It's a corporate domain. Now, like that, you can have a number of domains. I can have a domain like this also. I can have a domain like this also. There's nothing wrong. I'll show you. Is this my domain? This is my domain. This is my domain. So I'll log into one of my domains and I'll show you how it is going to work. How it's going to look, I'll show you. This is an Office account. I'm logging in as admin. Most of the time, you will never get access to this side of the console. This is typically done by the administrators. So now you're in Office 365 Defender. Now you get a summary of this. What is the Microsoft security score at this moment based on your configuration, based on your identities and apps that are being used? How many devices are compliant, non-compliant? How many devices are in grace period? How many devices are not evaluated? How many users are at risk? 100% users not have experience to the simulator. Okay, anyway, keeping that aside. 2 privileged OAuth apps were configured. You know what is this OAuth? Let's understand. Many times you will see that login with Gmail, no? Have you seen login with Microsoft Office 365? Login with GitHub, login with Facebook, login with Instagram. Have you seen something like this? If you have an Office account and if someone is doing it, is it a good or bad? If someone is doing login with Office email ID, is it good or bad?
It's bad.
Bad.
Are you sure it's bad?
Yes.
Okay, what is the purpose is important, Ishan. If it
For
is for
example, a
official
LinkedIn profile.
purpose,
A LinkedIn profile that is getting created on your Office email ID.
If you change jobs, then it's a problem, no?
That we are thinking no, but there are so many people who don't think like that. They enable with the
I
office
would
email
I
ID.
think from a security standpoint, it's good because we get the protection from the enterprise identity provider. But the convenience standpoint may not be a good thing.
Okay.
But from LinkedIn is a social media. Anyone can send any sort of content, right, to the actual office inbox. Then that's sort of a risk.
Okay. One simple question. Do you have Outlook in front of you at this moment?
Yes.
Office Outlook. Now go to one of the users, and in one of the users, you will see the LinkedIn option there. Microsoft has given an option to see LinkedIn profile of a person if the person has connected their LinkedIn. And Microsoft is giving them an option to create a LinkedIn account from their office account, like maintaining professional accounts. So within, as long as you're in the organization, you can have a office social media. You're getting me what I mean?
I got it. Yes.
Like Facebook has Facebook Office, right? For example, Yammer. Have you heard about Yammer? Microsoft Yammer. What is Microsoft Yammer? It's like a very similar to social media, Orkut, Facebook, where all your office they can share data. Similarly, all the office accounts can be linked, and Microsoft is going to come up with the same. They are going to replace Yammer with LinkedIn because LinkedIn is already built, no? Built with millions of users and which is active, stable platform. So that's why do you think Microsoft purchased it? Not just for free, because they want to integrate into their products. So that means they want to make a social media in their own organization or organization based social medias. So typically you will go ahead and use that. And many times, many of your users will actually use office email IDs to log into multiple subscriptions. Log in with GitHub with office email ID, log in with GitHub with log into some other portal with office email ID. So many people do that. Now that they are called as OAuth apps. Now that OAuth apps, it will tell you how many security risk apps are there and all. So a lot of options that are available here, which can help you as an organization to define. So apart from that, let's understand few other options that are available. So it's easy for us to pick up from there. So Office 365 can help you to identify different users, devices, mailbox from Office 365 services and send that to Office 365 Defender. So from Office 365 services, the data is sent to Office 365 Defender. And then you have the correlation that can be done on top of it. OK, it can also help you to investigate your alerts. Incident management can be done here. So if you see here under the incidents and alerts section, under the incidents alerts, you will see a lot of alerts that, an email is reported by blah, blah, blah. Admin action is required, custom detection. See, they were able to see some phishing activities, unfamiliar sign in. I hope it is clear. Or I hope it is getting clear, right?
So can you just show the previous slide?
Yeah. This one.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we'll also get into more of this as we progress. See, because it's a very new area that I'm just introducing it very slowly. You can go ahead and take actions using the action center here. You can perform advanced threat hunting using Custos language. Okay, now the only challenges, as there is always challenges with each Microsoft product. If you look at Microsoft, when was built, it was not built for this purpose. So they have their own Azure Active Directory login analytics. Then you have Office 365 that is coming. So there will be different table names so that the analysis is a little difficult. That's why this Custos language is bought. This Custos language is bought so that you can pull data from different tables and then join them, like a very similar to database. Today, do you also write queries in Splunk? You also write Splunk queries, right? Do you all do that? Guys, anyone working in SOC here, Security Operations Center, do you write log queries in Splunk?
On ELK.
Yeah, okay. Wherever it is, Splunk, ELK, in some or other, you will write the you will write the logs, right?
Yeah.
That's very important for you to write specific logs. Obviously, if you want to fetch the data from the ELK, you need to write the log query. There's no other go. Here you're writing it in Custos. It can help you to track threats from the threat analytics, Python abuse on Mac, Cobalt Strike, high impact threats. And then it will help you to investigate and remediate and understand what happened, different types of investigations that you have done, and the investigations can be stored. This will act as a knowledge base. Okay, phishing email received and the phishing, some activity happened in the organization. Because of that, you'll be able to track it. All these options that are available with Microsoft Defender. It can also help you to do identity protection. A typical self-remediation workflow. An administrators configure a risk policy, and if a user is logging in, it will go ahead and identify and detect the risks. And if it is risk, then automatically it will throw a password reset for you. And the user is notified, and the user will go ahead and change the password. That a sign-in risk is there. If you are not the person, please go ahead and change your password. Is that emails that you receive today? Do you receive an emails if you are logging in from a different country? For example, today you are in India, tomorrow you travel to US, and then you log into Gmail. Gmail will send you a notification. GitHub will send a notification telling that, hey, your login is suspicious because you have logged in from a different location, blah, blah, blah. If you want, you can go ahead and reset your password. Is it or not? Yes, you guys are correlating, not correlating. You have to tell me.
Correlating, sir.
Yes, sir.
You need to be active.
Yep.
So that is a typical self remediation workflow. Now then you have an administrator remediation workflow that you can implement. Yeah, so administrator will configure the risk policies. Then the risk policies will detect the risks and a report gets generated. And then the admin is notified. Administrator will go ahead and investigate the activity. And then if you want, he can take a separate action. Now it is up to you whether you want to configure self-remediation workflow or administrator remediation workflow. Tell me which one is good. You as an organization, if you have to implement, which one will you implement?
Both.
Okay, why both is important?
Second one.
Okay, why both are important?
And investigation also required to analyze the risks that has been identified, and user also needs to be notified to reset the password.
So yes, there are two types of analysis because a end user cannot do all types of analysis. No, he may not have skill to do it. So both of them has to be configured so that we can take an action against the occurred threat. Okay, now this is absolutely possible. And have you seen these screens before any time? Do you remember
Yes, sir,
seeing them?
configuring that, yeah. We configured it in the Azure.
Yes, we configured it in Azure. Good. Now, do you do data classification in your organization? Do you do data classification in your organization? What tools you are using for data classification? Sorry, data classification tools.
For PA classification.
Sorry?
We just identify PA data and we encrypt it.
Okay, we just identify PII and then we encrypt it. But how will you identify manually?
Yeah, it's manually.
Okay, what if Microsoft is telling you that, hey, anyway, you're using Word documents. Word documents are anyway Office 365 integrated. Any Word document that you create, we will read your Word document and identify what type of data you are storing in it, and then accordingly classify it. You're getting it?
So what about in situations where highly sensitive information that is being tracked by someone like Microsoft who's outside the organization?
Every other organization is doing the same. Where is your threat intelligence coming from? Threat intelligence is outside your organization only, right? So that means you need to send your data to the threat intelligence software. Let the threat intelligence software do the analysis and sending it. So in almost all the cases, you are sending it, not only in the case of Microsoft.
Right.
You send it to Zscaler, you're using Zscaler. Not only your sensitive data, you're sending almost every data to Zscaler servers to scan. And what happens? It's an external entity. So in almost all the cases, we are doing it, not only in Microsoft's case.
Right.
So the Microsoft can also help you to identify those kind of documents, and it will tell you what this document is, PCI DSS enabled, this document is NIST cybersecurity compliance, this is a 27001 compliant document. Based on the type of data, it can classify it as private, public. Almost all this stuff can be done on Office 365. It's called data classification and protecting the sensitive information.
This comes with the package, is it, Nishan?
It all comes with the package. Actually,
no
in many organizations,
cost.
no extra cost.
Okay.
It's a part
Why
of the
people
license.
are not using it? They're using other tools, right?
That's what I was telling you. Microsoft has bought so many tools under the hood rather than making a very big buzz. I know many senior administrators who worked on Office 365 for 4 years, 5 years now, and they don't know that there is an option like this also, because it's not like what happens is Microsoft develops many products under the hood and they don't make it buzz. The reason for them is they just release it. They just release it under the hood itself. And then whoever learns it, they just goes and implements it. But what happens with Splunk or, Tanium, who does data classification? For them, the business itself is selling the product. For Microsoft, selling the product is not the business. The reason is you already purchased the product. There is no other go for you.
So, but it is efficient as other tools.
No, at this moment, not that efficient as other tools. That is the challenge. It is not that efficient as other tools, but it will become efficient in few days. The reason is it is actually covering more products. For example, data classification is done, identity protection is done. Typically, each vendor takes a lot of experience to bring that products. But here, what Microsoft is doing is Microsoft is not addressing you as an enterprise immediately. It is addressing every small business. Every small business who purchases E5 license with only 4 people or 5 people or 10 people, am I able to give them the features? Is what Microsoft is focusing on. Because you as a 10 people company purchasing E5 license. So for example, if I ask you, you as a 10 people company, or for example, 100 people company, you are not ready to invest on Splunk, SOAR. You're not ready to invest on a Palo Alto threat intelligence. You're not ready to invest on CrowdStrike because you're a just 100 employee company, but you are ready to invest $5 extra for every user. That is cheaper for you, right? $5 extra is cheaper for you compared to purchasing a Palo Alto because Palo Alto $10,000. Splunk some $4,000, $5,000. And then you have to maintain them, no? Configuration, integration, continuous patching. Here, where are you doing continuous patching? Where are you doing upgrading, downgrading? It's all SaaS model. You just log in and do the configuration. And no extra agent maintenance, no? For example, Splunk agent should be there, EDR agent should be there on the machine running, EDR troubleshooting. Here there is no external agent which is running. You just enable the license and the Microsoft Defender, and you just enable the license and run a program on your computer. So that program will run as a service in the background, and it will start reporting the data to the Office 365. Are you guys getting me? Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Any other questions, specific questions?
No.
Okay. So what we'll do, we'll take a very quick break for 20 minutes, come back from the break, and then we'll continue the session. Okay.
Sure. Sean, just a question.
Yeah.
As a part of this security, right? What are the topics that we'll be covering? Like Microsoft Azure security technologies. So.
These are the things that we are going to cover.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay. By 11:30.
Sure. Thanks.
Welcome back, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and do a very quick verification, and then I'll show you what to do. So if you look at our regular Azure portal, right? I log in with my Gmail. So did you all create a new Active Directory in the last classes? Did you all enable Active Directory in the last class?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So was it 30 more than 30 days? You enabled the Active Directory because that will be available for 30 days as a trial. Okay. So if you go to your Active Directories, do you see your Active Directory here? For example, in our case, we have created Reva 9th July 2022, right? You could have created Additum Lab 504, right? Did you all create in the last class?
Yes.
Did you all create in the last class something like this? And how many dollars are still there? Can anyone tell me? How many dollars are still you have it in your?
I have $93.
$80.
Okay, good. So you have, I'm hoping that enough people have enough dollars. Now, typically what happens is, for example, you go to your Active Directory. If you go to your Active Directory, let me switch the tenant. And if you go to licenses, did you all have the P2 trial activated? No? Do you all have the P2 trial activated here?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What is this P2 trial Active Directory? So that we can practice user sign-in risk policy, right? Did you all have that activated, everyone? If you don't have it, please let me know. If you don't have it, please let me know. Guys, I'm waiting for the confirmation. I'll give you 2 minutes to go log in to your Active Directory that you have created before. Check how many licenses are there. And the license is activated or not.
License, I have 250 license with EM plus security E5.
So you have already activated E5 before?
I think so.
Ideally, we are supposed to activate P1, no?
P1 was, I think I have activated P1 and I activated for some other reason. I was not sure about that, Nishant, but if I go to my all products, I have EM plus security E5 enabled.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
No worries. So that's what I'm going to actually teach now.
Sure, Nishant. I think when I was doing something P1, P2, I even did a P2 or something. I vaguely remember, but I activated it.
Okay,
I don't activated
In my case, I have activated P2 license.
Okay. P2 license is very common. That is okay. But what is more important now is we will be implementing this. So guys, can I request all of you to go to your Active Directory? Please now don't tell me that you don't have an Active Directory. Yeah?
I don't see it in mine, sir.
You don't see an Active Directory?
Yep.
Did you do all the labs in the previous class?
Yeah, I did. It is
Then
only
you should
this.
have an Active Directory here. Okay, no, show me, Sharanya. I'll stop sharing. No, you're going to default directory. You have to go to your Active Directory. Go to switch directory. You have practiced it. No, you know how to switch the directories, right?
Yeah, but then
Not there. Click on switch directory there. Yeah, perfect. And then now you see Additum Lab 504, Additum Lab. Yeah, that's correct. Switch to that directory. That's your directory now. Yeah, this is your active directory. Go to your active directory at the bottom in this tenant. Yeah, perfect. Now click on licenses on your left side. Guys, please observe sharing your screen. Huh? All products. Excellent. Now click on try or buy. Guys, can you observe? Now you're all going to activate this enterprise mobility EM plus S E5. Enterprise mobility plus security E5. So just observe before read the documentation a lot. Enterprise mobility plus E5 provides a comprehensive solution by enabling you to effectively manage devices, identity and access in your organization. This includes Microsoft Intune, as well as Azure AD Premium P2 and Azure Access Rights. You know why I did not enable this in the previous class? By default, Azure AD Premium 2 comes with 30-day trial license. OK, that means that 30 days you will practice some concepts, and using this 30 days you will practice some more concepts. So you will have 60 days buffer window. If you have enabled enterprise mobility maybe 20-25 days before itself, now you only have 4 or 5 days left because it's a 30-day trial license. So here it is now enterprise mobility is coming with 90 days. See, the trial includes 250 licenses and will be active for 90 days. So see 30 plus 90 on an average, you are getting 120 days, 6 months of buffer period to learn enterprise security, enterprise features for free. That's why I did not enable this by default. That will come for 30 days. Scroll down, Sharanya. And that free trial under the Azure AD Premium. No, click that free trial button. Below, yeah. So now you see 30 days. This includes 100 licenses and will be active for 30 days. So now 30 days plus 90 days on an average, you'll get 120 days of buffer time. Anyway, so now you need to activate the premium. Did you activate? Did you do all the labs, right, Sharanya, in the previous class?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, OK, good. Now what you do is activate the E5 license, please. It will be 90 days for you. OK, good. So now the E5 license is activated. Reload this page. Perfect. We need to see if the E5 is activated here or not. OK, now for this to know, open another tab. Open another tab. And no, a fresh tab which says security.microsoft.com. Security.microsoft.com. Yeah. No, not docs. You have to type that security.microsoft.com. No need to type portal at the end. Yeah, log in with that ID. See, selected user does not exist in that tenant. Why? Why the selected user is not there in that tenant? Tell me.
She's not added to that E5 license.
OK, she's not added to the E5 license. OK, let's go back to the licenses section. Reload this page. We should see the licenses here. Activated or not. OK, click on that. Add yourself into the license. Click on assign. Add yourself into that. Click on users. Yeah, what is your user ID? Yes, add yourself into that. Now click on select. Click on next assignment options. Now, guys, please observe here. Now you see, for this user, what and all options you want to enable? Premium P1, P2, information protection premium 2, Azure rights management, scroll down, Azure multi-factor authentication, Azure Defender for cloud apps, Azure Defender for cloud entity, Microsoft Intune. It is our responsibility to enable for the users. Are you getting it? Are you all with me? Yes. Click on review and assign. Yeah, click on assign. Perfect. Now reload the page. We should see the user shown here. Let's give a minute of time to load. Yeah, you are loaded. Now you go to the next tab and reload the page. Click on that Sai Sharanya. Yeah. Now what you do, you just go freshly go to security.microsoft.com. Yeah. Can you all observe why this user does not existing in tenant? The user need to be added as an external user in the tenant first. See,
Nishant, the ID is wrong, Nishant. Actually, it is saisaranya.anand at some. Can you go that the ID is different here?
Click on that Sai Sharanya. Click on the user. No, that user principal name, no username. You can expand it. You can expand it. User expand means that, yeah, like that you can expand it. Like that username also you can expand. Yeah. See here, what is happening? You are adding default user into the credential, this one. But tell me, this is a different Active Directory, right? This is a different subscription, right? Do you all know that every subscription comes with its own domain name? Okay, to know that, what you do, click on the home button on the left side top. Yeah, click on Active Directory. Did you create a couple of users in the previous exercise? Go to users. Left side user section.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that. Did you create AAD user 1, AAD user 2, AAD user 3 before?
Yes, sir, but yeah, it's there.
Now expand the user principal name. Expand the user principal name. Yeah, expand that option. Guys, please observe. Please observe this. Did you see AAD user 1 at the rate sciaditumlab dot on Microsoft.com? That is your domain name. So if you log in as a user of AAD user 1, AAD user 2, AAD user 3, yeah, you will exactly do the operations. You'll exactly do these operations. Is this clear? Guys, is it clear for all of you? You can stay on this, Sharanya. Let me get a clarification from everyone. Guys, everything that you do will be under one Active Directory. That is you're going to be. See, you can ask here, Nishant, what if I want a company domain name? For example, @reva.edu.in. I have a domain name. I want that domain name. You can configure. You can configure your Active Directory to have your own domain name. Clear? At this moment, I don't want you to purchase a domain name. That's why we are using the default domain name.
Nishant, can't we use the last ID?
Which one? The last ID.
Last ID.
No. So, for example, we will never recommend you to use the last ID. The reason is tomorrow your license expires. That last ID will be disabled. And that last ID, it is very, very important because that is your root account. Any playground that you want to do, you do it with a new user who is created with a global administrator privileges. In our last class, did we make AAD user 1 as a global administrator? do you all remember? Did we make AAD user as a global administrator in the last class? Just see what was the role as we have assigned.
Yes, Nishant, we were assigning roles. Global
Yeah,
security.
now look at what is assigned. What is the role that we have assigned? On your left side, you see the roles section. Assigned roles. You should see we have made a global administrator AAD user 1. Guys, if you followed the last lab, I'm sure I 100% remember that in the last class we have made AAD user as a global administrator. Did we make it or not?
Yes, sir.
Why can't I see?
Deleted all the users.
No problem. We can make it. You can create it new. That should not be a problem.
Deleted all the resources and everything created, sir, just to be on the safer side. That is
no worries, no worries. That's fine. We can recreate one. No problem. We can add them as user. Now, okay, guys. So you should not get confused. You are a super admin now. What are you?
Super admin.
This Sai Sharanya Anand @outlook.com is the super admin. You don't fiddle with that guy. Is that clear? Guys, are you with me?
Yes.
You should never fiddle with that ID. Rather, what you need to do is every subscription you create a administrator. Every subscription you create an administrator. Now what you can do is at this moment for the Adatum Lab 50004, click on Adatum Lab 50004 on your left top. Yeah, excellent. Click on users. Now what you guys can do freshly what you guys can do is you can create a new user. Click on new user. Yeah, create new user. You can call this as admin. You can call this user as admin. Scroll down. You can name him as admin. Always small letters, not capital letters. Always small. Usernames. Now this name, what is the name of the administrator? You can call administrator. Now, before you press anything, there is a copy button, no, beside the username. Copy it. And keep it safe somewhere. Keep it in a notepad. Or save it somewhere. Notepad++ is good, actually, because it will actually, even if you close it, it will save it for you. Are you guys getting me? Guys, you need to understand. This lab is the most complex lab that you have ever seen. Because what Microsoft is confusing here. I want to be very, very slow. I don't know whether you have observed me or not. I'm being very slow here. Unlike the last class, where by this time I have started the lab in the last class. But this time I'll be very, very slow because this is the most confusing concept. People think different personas. Yeah, persona is important. Persona means from whose point of view you are looking at is more important than you are doing it. OK, yeah, just copy it and save it somewhere. Yeah, you can just scroll down and create a password, auto generate it, and then copy it. Whatever you feel comfortable. Whatever you feel comfortable. And keep it somewhere safe. Yeah, and then roles. Make him as a global administrator. Global. No, you don't need to search that. Yeah, global. Yeah, make him global administrator. No, you did not select. Yeah. Scroll down, just select the location. Select United States. Your Active Directory is in. OK, anyway, select India. That's fine. Click on create.
So I don't want to take the risk.
Yeah, click on create. Now what is happening? You have a user, correct? Now you have an administrator. See, guys, this is typically done by an admin who don't teach you all of this. This activity, what Sharanya has done, no? This is done by a user when Microsoft account is first time created in their entire company. In the entire company, for the first time, someone will create a Microsoft account. No, this is done by that a guy. Only that guy knows this technique. After that, everyone thinks that it is easy. No, this is very important. So this is like you're running your own company. Huh? Whatever I'm going to teach you is like running your own company's Office 365. If you have any doubts, ask me, because I will not be in a position to repeat things, because this is so complex that I'll not be able to repeat the same lab that I have done, because I cannot delete and redo it. So that is the reason. If you have any questions, ask me immediately. I'll be very slow here. OK, now Sharanya has created an administrator user. Did you all understood why she has created an administrator user?
That would be the reference point for all administrative activities.
So as a super administrator, she has created administrator user. From now, any activity is done, she will log in as admin@Sai Lab, blah, blah, blah. OK, clear?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear for everyone? Why she is going to log in as admin? You all know it. That's my assumption. Give me yes or no. Yeah, I see thumbs up, which is good.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere, if you have challenge, please tell me. OK, good. Now, Sai, Sharanya, what you're going to do is you're going to use this administrator. But did we assign license to this administrator yet? No, we did not make him license user, right? So we need to assign licenses. How will you assign the licenses? Anyone? See, click on assign the license. No, yeah, licenses there also. It is fine. Anything is fine. Good. Click on that. There are multiple ways you can do it. Assign the license. Yeah, select the license that you have. Select what options you want to enable and enable all options. Good. Now for this user, he can do all of these activities. Clear? Any questions?
Now can I go in?
Yeah. Now wait. Never do in the same. No. If you do it in the same browser, there will be two different sessions for two different users. You will be getting confused. No. Correct? See, you have logged in as Sai Sharanya @ Outlook, and then you're going into the same browser and logging in as admin @ Sai Lab. In the same browser, if you do same session, you cannot do. What you need to do, open a Chrome, open Google Chrome in a private window. No, this is not a private window, dear. If you open a new tab, doesn't mean it's private. Well, just go to the Chrome. Go to the simple Chrome, Google Chrome. Open a incognito window. Open an incognito window. Guest mode. Or Control-Shift-N. OK, first what you do, first log in with any of your profiles. Sai Sharanya Anand profile is there, no? Go and log in with that. First one, yeah. Just open an incognito window, dear. Control-Shift-N will create a incognito window. Sai Sharanya, very simple. You're making it complex. Yeah, that's it. Now here, go to portal.microsoft.com. Yeah. Now, guys, tell me, wait, with what user she has to log in? Tell me.
Admin
So he is going to be the administrator for this enterprise. What is her enterprise name? Sai Lab is her enterprise name. Clear? Guys, is it clear? Like Microsoft, everyone has their own domain name, no? Tell me, in your organization, you have your own domain name, no? For example, bbk.com, nbb.com, sbi.co.in. These are all domains. That is saieditamlab.microsoft.com. Why the domain looks different? Because we did not purchase our own domain, no? Did we purchase our own domain? No. because we did not purchase our own domain, we are using the Microsoft default domain. Okay. Are you all with me? Yeah, login.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are with you.
Yeah, now use this password. So it will ask you to reset, just reset the password. Make it something easy to remember. Don't make it complex. Excellent. Now this is your admin account. This is your admin account, which has Office 365 licensing permissions. Let us see, let us revalidate whether you have really permissions or not. Okay. You see, when I typed portal.microsoft.com, you are redirected directly to this. Now go to security.microsoft.com. Go to another tab, open another tab nicely, and then go to security.microsoft.com. Perfect. So now you learned how to begin your own company with Office 365. Create a Gmail account, and with Gmail account, create a domain, and with the domain, you go ahead and create the Office 365. Is this clear? This is your Office 365. If you log in as a normal user, you will not see all of these options. Did I show you? Did I log in as with Gmail? And if I show you security.microsoft.com, were you able to see all these options?
Yes.
No. When I did it, I did not. It did not allow me. No, it showed me that it's a Gmail ID. No. And then I logged in with a specific domain. Yeah. Now, can I assume that everyone have understood the concept? Can I assume that everyone has understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
OK, I'll give you 15 minutes to 20 minutes time. I want everyone to reach on this. And everyone should use admin@ their domain. The username should be admin. Huh? Don't create Nishant, don't create your own name, Deepak, Marimutu, Pawan. No, admin. See, Sharanya is highlighting that. Your domain should look like that. That rather than Sai Aditum Lab, it will be your own. OK. Now I'll give you 20 minutes time. Everyone has to reach this stage. Now, when you log in as an administrator, please log in a different incognito window. This is going to be a big problem. If you don't understand whose persona you're logging in, it's going to be a problem because you're going to log in as different users and going to see the behavior. So I want you to understand the personas. Personas means from which perspective. So I'll give you 20 minutes. Everyone has to reach this stage. OK. Is this clear? OK. I'll give you 20 minutes. Please reach that stage. Very simple. Create a new user called as admin, make him global administrator, log in with the same user in security.microsoft.com. Khalas. Very easy.
So should we assign a global administrator for the admin account?
Yeah, he should be the global administrator.
Sir, I'm getting a different error. Can I share my screen?
Yeah. Yeah, dear, no worries. Please share
Okay.
your screen.
I go to Active Directory.
Mhm.
I'm getting this error. Able to see my screen?
Yeah,
Sir.
I can see you. Error displaying your content. Microsoft AD Active Directory menu blade is not available. Can you log out, please? Log out of
Okay.
this.
Sign out?
Sign out. Yeah, sign out, please.
Okay.
So previously you could have logged into one account where you have done all the labs, no, Shamir?
Yeah.
On the same one you have done the lab.
Yes.
Click on that. Can you log in again?
Okay. Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, switch. Okay, now can you switch to which is your where is your Adatum lab?
That lab. I think I have deleted it.
No way. If you could have never deleted it because you don't know the deletion procedure, no? I never taught you.
Okay.
I never taught you deletion procedure in the entire class. So where did you do all your actions? Like in the previous class, you could have done a couple of user creation and all, right? Go to
Yeah.
Shamir. Okay, as not assignment one, my final exam that you could have created later. Correct?
Yeah.
But I'm wondering why you should have. I think you could have created in Reva University. Did you do it in Reva University?
With Reva email account?
Yeah, with Reva email account, did you do all the labs before?
No, this account only.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because see, there is a process to delete.
Okay.
The directory. Like first you have to delete users and then only you have to delete the directory. Are you sure you deleted the directory?
Yeah, I think so. I don't
Okay,
exactly remember.
just take the final exam and do the job, no?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You just need a directory and directory needs users. Yeah, go to Active Directory.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll create the admin user here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nishant, exactly at this point when I try to create a user, it is saying that like error in creating the user, unable to create the user.
Okay, let's see that troubleshooting. Just let Shamir create one and then yeah. Shamir, now you open incognito window and then log in with this user into that.
Okay.
Did you assign global administrator here?
Not it.
And then did you assign the license?
No license.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I have to go here, right?
Go to the Active Directory.
Okay.
Click on licenses, left side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Add the license.
Yes, all products.
Yeah, try by. Yeah.
the first one, right?
Activate.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now go back. It should be a little faster now.
Okay.
Yeah, go back to users.
All right.
Go click on the user. Azure administrator, assign the license. Left side, you'll see licenses. Yeah. Select assignments. See, at this moment, no license available. It will take 1 minute time. Reload the page. See if it is reflected or not. Yeah, now select the enterprise mobility, the security, yeah, save. And then now log into security.microsoft.com after this in an incognito window, in a private window. Okay.
I need to select it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to
I
select
got
this.
it.
Yeah.
It's again failing, sir. I need to add this as administrator group.
Global administrator. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that, sir.
Yeah.
Nishan,
Okay.
for me, the same error it's coming, but I have done the global administrator roles I have added.
Okay, let's see. Let's troubleshoot step by step. Those who have issues, raise your hand. Those who have issues, can you raise your hand so I know how many people have issues? Yeah. Marimutu, share your screen. Let's go one by one.
Yes. For example.
Yeah. Very simple. You are in Aditum. Okay, click on user section. So see, this is not the right method of working. The method of working is easy for you. If you want to make your job easy, always go to Active Directory and then manage from there. Okay, first click on administrator. See, one of our friend is telling that by assigning the location, the issue will be fixed.
Now I'm going for the license role I have already added.
Yeah, go and show me the roles that you have assigned. Okay.
Global administrator.
No. Good. Now go to the licenses. Click on add assignments. Did you activate the license first of all?
Yeah, yeah.
E5 license. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Select the E5 license. Yeah. Scroll down and click on save. Okay. Licensee assignment failed. Now Pawan is telling that the location has to be added to the user. Go to the administrator. Modify his privileges. Go to the user overview. Scroll down, location, search for location.
Edit properties.
Guys, can other guys can go on mute? There's a lot of huge sound in the background. Yeah. Scroll down.
Settings.
Go to the top.
Office location.
Office location. No, not office location. It should not be like this. Go to the top.
It's settings.
Yeah, prefer usage location. Yeah. Select the
So
location.
now I'm in Saudi. I need to select Saudi.
Yeah, anything is fine. Doesn't matter. If you log in from a different location, it will throw you challenges. That's it. Click on save.
Now I need to assign the license.
Now activate the license. Yeah.
It's better once you refresh the page.
Marimutu, in all Saudi Arabia, all GCC countries, only Office 365 is used. They don't go for any other vendor.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Yes, because of the data policy.
Yeah.
So
hey, sorry to tell you, I came yesterday in Riyadh. I was in Riyadh. I forgot.
Okay.
Last 3 days I was in Riyadh only.
But I am extremely on Western. Actually, that is Eastern region. But here I am extremely.
You're in
Western.
Dammam?
No, I am in Yanbu, near to Jeddah.
Okay, fine.
So fully industrial area here. So
security.microsoft.com.
But my head office is in Dammam and Dubai.
Okay. I hope now you guys understand, no, what is the importance of giving a right naming conventions. See, your domain name tells something, your directory name tells something else, your domain lists something else. So think about you when you're practicing. You cannot say Mutuve 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 like that. Then we'll be so much of confused. You have seen the same password too many times. Give a different password.
Okay. Okay, Nishant, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a couple of users. Can you stop sharing? I think by now some of you got some overview of, right, how to fix it. Yeah, Venkateshwar Raju, can you share your screen? Let's troubleshoot that.
With respect to whatever Marimutu was sharing, right?
Yeah, now Venkateshwar Raju, you are sharing. Yeah, can you complete this activity? Yeah, click on create a user. Unable to creating user administrator. Go to the top. Okay, so very simple. Can you reload the page? Go back to the Active Directory. I want to see whether Active Directory is active or not. Yeah. Click on Manager. Yeah. Good. Now click on Users section. Expand the user principal name. Expand the user principal name. Yeah. Okay, good. Just click it and create a new user. Create new user. Admin. Make him as a global administrator. Reload the page.
Yes, Nishan, I think it's done for me.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with the next user.
Just one quick question on this.
Yeah, Shreyas.
When the Venkatesh was sharing the screen, in the license page, we could see two different licenses. One is the
correct
premium
PU2
and
license.
the other is E5.
Correct.
Okay, so E5, as we saw earlier, E5 has a premium
P2 inbuilt.
P2
Correct.
inbuilt.
Correct.
So whatever the first license that we saw, that is valid for 30 days or rather 60 days.
The first the first one is valid for 30 days and this one is valid for 90 days.
90 days.
So it all depends upon in which license you have added your user. If you have added user in the second license, it will be activated for 90 days. That user will have these permissions for 90 days.
90 days. Okay.
If you have activated for the first one, then it will be in the first.
It will be valid for 30 days only.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Sorry. Muthu Krishna, you want to share the screen? Yeah. Marimuthu is different from Muthu Krishna. Okay.
Yes.
Sir, you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, Muthu, correct. Because you raised the
please.
hands, no, you have an issue.
No, I fixed it.
You fixed it,
Okay. I fixed that one. Yeah, sorry.
No worries, absolutely fine. Okay, excellent. So let me share my screen and then I think Subramani, you have any issue?
Let me share the screen.
Yeah, you can share the screen. Why is it showing you next beside your?
Actually,
you work in Unix?
Yeah.
With whom you are working in Unix?
Hello.
Sorry?
I've shared my screen.
Yeah.
Actually, I've created a user.
Called as test.
Yeah.
And now assign a role to him. You have done everything in default directory, dear. You have to do it in your private directory, right? You have to switch the directory. User directory will not have all the licenses. So go back. Go back, create a new directory and then do everything there. You know how to do that, Subramani?
I need to create one, right?
Yeah. You attended my previous sessions, no?
Yeah.
Okay, then click on the right side left top. Right side top.
Home.
Right side top on the default directory. Sorry, left side top. My bad. Left side top. Is it left or right? Right only. Huh. Click on default directory, Subramani. Yeah, switch directory. I don't know why it is not popping up. No. Subramani, you have written the exam also? Final exam?
Yeah.
Yeah, click on switch directory. Click on switch directory. Yeah. Now choose the Reva directory, whichever you are comfortable with. What is the Reva? Which directory you are working? See, you made yourself confusing, you know, Reva University, Reva Final. You could have given a better names. It could have been better. Now you'll get confused. Which one you're logging in? Okay, at this moment, no licenses were enabled. Can you enable licenses for that? Enterprise. Click on home. Click on home button. Okay, can I take the control if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please give me the control. Do you have a slow internet connection?
It's lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging a lot. Subramani, what I can do, if you can share me your username password one-on-one, I'll do it on my screen in 2 minutes. Is that okay for you?
Sure.
You have my
Yeah.
WhatsApp number, no? I'm
Yeah.
in the group. I'm in the group. Batch 8, no? CS888. Where is the 8 batch? You have my number, no? You just ping me your username password. I will log in at my place and then I'll reset it in 1 minute. And I'll show you what I'm doing for you.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for your credentials. You can stop sharing. You can share the username as well. Then I'll activate it accordingly. So meanwhile, other guys can explore the options that were available.
Essentially, I'm facing some internet issues. Can you connect in 2 minutes?
Yeah, I know this. Okay. While the other persons are on the mute, so let's go ahead and discuss. Do you have any questions till now? Do you have any questions till now? Ask me if you have something. Very, very important. Okay, let me log into the directory and then I'll show you. You're able to see my screen, no?
Yes, sir. Why it is showing controls or demo for you? Maybe that's your domain name?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is my Contoso is the domain name. Okay, that's my Azure Active Directory. And then I have if you go to my licenses section, go to products, look at the licenses that I have activated. Enterprise Mobility plus E5, Office 365 E5, Office 365 E3, and Windows 10, Windows 11 Enterprise E3. I have different licenses that are activated. Don't worry about it at this moment. Why I have so many? Because of the different experiments. At this moment, you need Enterprise Mobility plus E5. Yeah. And a couple of users in the directory. Yeah. If you go to the users, I have an administrator account. And if you go to the roles, see, at this moment, look at the license that I have assigned. At this moment, this user is what role? He's a global administrator. Clear? Are you on sync with me? You and me are on sync, no? Now?
Yes.
So you see same, and I am also able to see the same thing. But the only thing is I have 4 licenses, you have 1 license. That should not be a problem for some of the labs. When it is required, I'll tell you how to activate other licenses. OK. When required, not now. OK, clear? Any questions? OK, good. If everything is clear, then just observe what I am doing, and then it will be easy. Now, there are so many options which are there, but at this moment we'll go option by option, which are more important for us. OK, on your left side, you would see something called as policies and rules. Yeah, you will see something called as policies and rules. When you go to policies and rules, typically you will see threat policies, alert policy, manage advanced alerts, and activity alerts. So different type of threat policies that are there in Office 365. So let's click on threat policies. No need to do follow along. Please don't do the same mistake that you have done in my previous class. Don't do follow along. You know my method of teaching, right? I will teach you. I'll give you time to do what is required. Yeah,
Nishant, we can only see 2 items there. What you in your screenshot we can see 4. We can't see. Yeah, here in this page we can only see threat policies and managed advanced alerts, not the other alert policy and activity alerts and all. We don't see those 2 items.
Yeah, because you did not enable all other features. No, in my I have enabled all the features.
Okay.
I'll have to show you how to enable each feature by feature. That's why when I come to that, then I'll talk. At this moment, I'm only talking about threat policies, which you have, I have. Yeah.
Nishant, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a very basic question.
No worries.
So whatever we are seeing is Microsoft specific implementation to
it's a Microsoft
end-to-end security issues, right?
Correct.
Through Microsoft 365 Defender.
Correct.
But whatever controls that Microsoft 365 Defender has identified, are they complete? In the sense, is there any guidelines or any framework which is going
no
to
product
say
is complete. No product is complete. You could have bought a semantic. It's not complete. Zscaler, not complete. Any advanced threat protection tool you take, it's not complete. Same, Microsoft is also not complete. And Microsoft is not the best tool. There are so many other better tools than Microsoft. But what Microsoft is giving you that tight integration between the products. Here, threat hunting, investigation, app management is done by single app. There, app management is done by your PAM solution. Threat management is done by your CrowdStrike or Alien Vault, and antivirus is done by Symantec.
Okay,
it's
so
not the best.
We refer to the first picture which you shared, right? The very first picture wherein it was showing end-to-end, where even Sentinel was present in the diagram.
Correct. Correct.
So, is there any guideline or any kind of framework which can be referred to? Yeah, this is the diagram I was referring to. Thanks. So, is there any guideline or any framework which points out that these are the possible points of attacks or the point of defenses where we have to take care of? And that is what 365 Defender is handling.
No, not like that. I'll tell you. The reason is There are so many attacks that are available, and there are so many attack vectors that are available that you will not be able to create a framework out of it. Let's take a very simple example. Leave about cloud. Let's keep the cloud aside. Now, if I have to ask you, hey, protect me against all security attacks. Is that actually possible? We don't even know what security attacks are there. Correct? While we are talking, there is a security attack. How do we know when it becomes big? So at this moment, Microsoft addresses commonly faced issues only. Ideally, not only Microsoft, it's everyone. Everyone addresses only the commonly faced issues. Any product is like that, where we cannot tell that, OK, these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 we need to defend. Rather, there is a different way of looking at it. Again, this is my perspective. Sorry, Sri Krishna. Maybe you can correct me if I'm a little differently talking. See, what I look at is this way. What Microsoft looks also is this way. For example, I enable SSH. OK, I have an SSH port. What and all attacks are possible?
From all the layer, from the bottom layer up till SSH layer.
So that means pretty much all types of attacks are possible. We call it as brute force attack. Then that's the only attack possible. No, I can do a DDoS on this because port is available, no?
Yeah.
See, when SSH is there, we are only able to talk to. There are so many attacks, no? For example, cross-site scripting. Why cross-site scripting is not possible? Here.
Because there are no pages as such which others will use.
It's not a web application. So this attack is not applicable here. OK, CSRF. Is it applicable? No. OK, buffer overflow. Is it applicable? No. So there are so many attacks, but in this context, this is not applicable. So what happens when you put the controls also? You'll put controls accordingly to this based on this type of service. You're getting me? And to avoid all these issues, what I will do, I will disable the SSH. The moment I disable the SSH, all these are gone. All the attack vectors are not there.
Yes.
Now, disabling SSH is configuration review, nothing called as vulnerability assessment. Correct? This is nothing to do with vulnerability assessment penetration testing, no?
Yes.
If I do a proper configuration review, first of all, I will remove the attack vector itself. When I remove the attack vector itself, there's no possibility of an attack. So no need of doing vulnerability assessment, no need of doing penetration testing. Correct?
True.
But if I enable SSH, then only filter it from few IP addresses. That is also a part of configuration review, nothing to do with VAPT. Whether the opened one from the right user, for example, I have enabled Nishant's IP address on the SSH, only Nishant can log in. Then as a VAPT guy, you have to impersonate as Nishant and then try the PT. You're getting me?
Yeah.
Then only exploitation is possible. That means the system should have Nishant's IP address when sending the traffic or Nishant's username. So now this is how it is calculated. So now we are looking from a configuration review point of view. So when you look at Microsoft's point of view, they are all configurations. They assume that if you do this, it is not possible.
Nishant, sorry to interrupt. Can we say that this is a result of some kind of threat building activity which is done on the entire architecture of 365 Defender?
Possibilities. So for example, maybe my point of view looking is different. For example, if you take a solution, let's take any solution that you are comfortable. Sri Krishna, anything that you are comfortable with in security. Let's take that.
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Any security solution that you are comfortable.
Yeah, I actually security solution as in specifically can
anything you antivirus, firewall, IDS, IPS, web application firewall.
IPS. IDS,
okay,
IPS,
let's take an
firewall.
IPS. Now, when someone is projecting to you IPS, how will they project it? Okay, if you have to explain someone what IPS can do, what will you tell me?
It prevents the intrusion.
Okay. So now what type of intrusion it can prevent?
Well, actually, I would say it's actually the firewall, not exactly the IPS or IDS.
Okay, let's take
we can
firewall.
use the firewalls. Yeah, that will be more comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I have to ask you, what firewall can do for you?
Yeah, it can help in running the ACLs, or it can NAT, or it can further process it for deep inspection, packet inspection.
Deep packet inspection. Then what is meant by ACL?
The access control list.
Like, what do you mean by that?
So it's a configuration aspect as well, wherein we can configure and we can either allow or we can deny a particular set of source or tuples.
Okay, is that called as firewall rules or access control lists?
Access control list specifically. It's a feature of the firewall.
Let's understand. Hey guys, other people, what do you mean by access control list for you? For me, firewall rules are different from access control lists. Who can do what activity on the firewall is called as ACL. What traffic to allow and what traffic to block is a firewall rules for me. This is my perspective. Correct me.
You're actually referring to the control plane or management plane activity. Actually, yeah, you're referring to the management plane activity. What I was referring to ACL is actually the data plane activity.
Data plane activity. Okay, ACL means data plane activity.
Yeah.
So that means you have to tell me who can access what, not which source to which block destination.
Yeah, I mean, through the box traffic will be handled by the ACLs.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, you are talking from Cisco terms. No, Cisco also doesn't use this term. No, Cisco ACLs are different. Cisco ACL means it's access control and real access control. From a router point of view, you are talking.
Well, actually, I am talking from Cisco point of view only.
Okay, you're talking from a Cisco point of view.
Product, yeah.
Yeah, let's understand. Now, this is here, when the product changes, the terminology changed. Ultimately, it's a firewall rule, right? Generic term.
Yeah.
If I say firewall rule, I think everyone here understands. But if you say ACL,
okay,
then there is a difference in the understanding, because ACLs are typically put, for example, if Nishant is there and if Ali is there, Ali what he can do and Nishant what he can do on this firewall. What do you call this then? For example, Nishant can read only the firewall rule, firewall configuration. Ali can also modify firewall configuration. What is this kind of configuration called as?
Those are more of roles for performing actions on the device.
Okay.
That's how I understand.
Okay, no worries, no worries. How about other people, guys? Everyone is not active at all today. What is your perspective? You need to talk from that perspective.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Joel.
I think what operations are allowed for what people, I think that is what ACL is. I think depending upon the platform, it's probably better in different way. Like in Unix, we have FACL or fine-grained access control. And in firewall, ACL, and some streaming platform, Kafka also we have ACL.
For example,
I think who
in
can
Jenkins,
do
you will have
what
RACI matrix.
Yeah,
who can do what operations is typically considered as ACLs.
What correct operation?
Yeah. Sometimes called as roles, Sri Krishna, but then there are firewalls or rules are different here. So the perspective of looking at it is different. That's why if you look at Microsoft Office 365 also, look at the way they have told you. It's not one solution which will do the job. Office Defender for Office 365 will analyze your phishing emails. Defender for IoT will help you to do device exploration and environment management. Defender for endpoint will do different job. Defender for identity will do different job. All these services in a sequential order can help you to identify an attack.
So no matter which service provider provides this kind of service, they have to take care of all these controls.
Yes.
For sure. So
absolutely.
This pretty much is like a standard.
Okay, so to look from that point of view, see, there is nothing like a standard, because the problem is if I tell the standard, no, the standard should have certain quality. The standard should have certain recognition. The problem is we don't have a recognition standard, but rather I will show you MITRE attack framework. So who said this is a standard? Let's understand. If you look at MITRE attack framework, just look at it. So let's talk one area, reconnaissance. As a part of reconnaissance, how many activities are done? A lot of activities can be done. Is there a standard which will tell reconnaissance means 1, 2, 3, 4? When you do reconnaissance, you will do 300 activities. Then now that 301 activity also done by one more else hacker. So we don't have a de facto standard, but that's why MITRE attack framework, what they're telling is rather than making it as a standard, we will make it as a checklist. Where if someone says we are doing reconnaissance are divided into a couple of activities. For example, active scanning. As a part of active scanning, there are 3 other activities that are done, like scanning IP blocks, vulnerability scanning, word list scanning. Then gather the victim host information. As a part of this, host information means hardware, software, firmware, and client configuration. Gathering the victim identity information. Means credentials, email addresses, and employee names. Gathering victim network information like domain properties, DNS, trusted topology, network topology, IP addresses. Gathering victim organization information, physical locations, business relationships, business tempo, identifying the different roles. Phishing for information, spear phishing services, spear phishing attachment, spear phishing link. Searching the closed resources like threat vendors, purchasing the technical data. See, now these are all activities that are done as a part of reconnaissance from a hacker point of view. Let's look at from a defender point of view. Now, is there a de facto standard that your firewall should block network trust dependencies? There is no standard like that. It's a scenario that will make you to compulse or put a control. Are you guys with me? Shri Krishna, like, see, if you feel that something is not convincing, you have to talk. That is when only you will learn. That has to come out, okay? So because there is no de facto standard, we cannot tell that these are the controls that every tool will bring it. It is the scenario that will Azure Microsoft can help you. See here, I'm not defending Azure here. I'm telling you the perspective to look at.
Okay. Yeah, I got it, Nisha.
So for example, let's ask firewall. Can firewall help me in blocking reconnaissance?
To a certain extent, not entirely.
Okay, now what is that certain extent? Let's talk.
Maybe if there is some scan going on, it can figure out maybe some standard scans are going on, and it can try to block those IPs.
That is called as IP address blocking. No, why is it called as reconnaissance? You are blocking IP addresses and port numbers. Why is it called as reconnaissance?
I mean, based upon how the scan packets are coming in, it will inspect the status of the packet and then it will take the action. See, it is not a static.
Now, for firewall, whether it is a reconnaissance activity or DDoS activity doesn't matter. What it matters for him is whether a traffic should be allowed from this IP address or not. That's it. Correct? For a firewall, it doesn't matter. It only matters is which source, which IP, which port number should block. Whether it is a reconnaissance, whether it is an execution, whether it is a privilege escalation activity, whether it is a credentialed access, it doesn't matter for him. You're getting me? Yes. From a firewall point of view. So that's why we cannot link an attack directly with the firewall feature. That's why firewall guys will tell it will block DDoS attacks. It will block, it will block defense prevention. It will do discoveries. It will block discovery services. They will never tell that. Rather, they are called as use cases in firewall. It can help you to block this attack. But ultimately, it's doing a very simple port filtering, IP address filtering. That's it. Yeah, you're understanding the way I'm looking at, no?
Yes.
So that's how I look at it. Because if you look from this point of view, then you will never be biased to any product. Because your product is just product. It is doing the same job that other people are doing it. Like say the same thing Microsoft is doing it. Now you can also ask me, yeah, but then why are we learning this? Why are we not learning other cloud providers? The problem is other cloud providers are not being used as much as Office 365 is being used. For example, G Suite. If there are 100 customers, if only 20-25 customers are using G Suite and 75 customers are using Office 365, which is easy to, that means which is the best thing to learn for me as a learner to gain opportunities? Obviously, Microsoft. For example, there is a difference, no? You remember in olden days or in previous years, we used to think that, oh, Microsoft security is more important than Linux security. Don't you think Linux has virus? But why we never focused on Linux antiviruses? Why we only focus on Windows virus, Windows antivirus? Because that is where the majority traffic is. Majority people are coming from that Windows background. So that's where if you learn, it will help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So maybe this is not like a standard. See, the reason is I'm unable to call this as a standard because standard has to be approved by certain bodies and it has to have that value. And this is the continuous upgrade. And people across the world like you and me actually upgrade this data. That's why we cannot call it as a standard. But you can have it used as a reference. Yeah. Are you guys with me? Yeah. OK, can I request all of you to go to this section called as policies and rules? Can I ask all of you to quickly go to policies and rules and click on this threat policies? Click on the threat policies.
Nishant, sorry to cut you off. I'm still not able to create the Active Directory, so I was just waiting since quite some time now.
Oh, OK. No worries. Can you share the screen?
Yeah.
We'll help you out.
Thank you.
Because after this, it's very important. Everyone should be on this stage before I go to any labs. Because otherwise it will be so confusing that boss, I don't know which one I have done where. Initially, it will be like that. The same thing happened with you for Azure, no? Same will happen. Yeah. So you have done all our previous labs, no? Before?
Yeah.
Nipti? Okay, good. Click on switch directory.
Switch directory, I'm getting only this. I believe I've got deleted.
No. Are you sure it is deleted or are you using different email ID to do?
No. It is deleted. It is deleted. This is the only email ID.
Okay, you can create a new directory. No problem. You can go ahead and create a new Active Directory. Go to the Active Directory. See, the reason is you click on default directory on the right side top. On the right side top, you see so many.
Yeah.
Right side. Yeah, you see, you have logged into SLK software. You have logged into Reva. Try to log out always. Because the reason is we don't know where automatically it will redirect. And that's always a challenge. OK, no problem. Now click on Active Directory. Click on Active Directory. Oh, no. That means search for Active Directory here. Search for Active Directory.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how to create an Active Directory tenant. Just click on Azure Active Directory. Yeah. Add. Sorry. Manage tenants. Yeah. Create a tenant. Yeah. Azure Active Directory. Correct. Click on next. Configuration. See, it's showing you configuration error. Yeah. Enter the name. Just give a good name so it's easy for you. For example, I have given Contoso organization. So you just give some organization name.
I'll just find
org. Okay, always No. Give a good name. See, it's an organization. No, you just give an organization name. For example, Deepthi org or Deepthi company. Just give some name so that it reflects what you're doing. No, rather than AZ500. Why AZ500?
Okay.
Not important. Just give Deepthi organization so that you know that okay, this is a company. Yeah, just say Deepthi org. So, see, you know, the naming conventions will help a lot for you in the future. Deepthi org. Yeah, it's in United States. You want to select a different location, you can select it. But follow across. Whatever you follow, you have to follow across.
Okay.
See, if you select India, you just follow across the same across the labs, because that's going to be important later. You cannot select different. And you see, it is telling that Deepthi organization is a directory which is already used by someone else. So you can change Deepthi org to Deepthi org 1. Yeah, see, will that work? Yeah, it works. Then click on review create and then create. So now you have an active directory created. Just click on create. You have validated, no? Click on create. No, it's giving you the type. Just revalidate again. 6 capital R, capital S, small w, capital W. The creation did not fail. Okay, cancel this. It could have created.
I'll cancel this.
It could have been created. The problem is it did not reload in the first direction, no? So you need to wait and see. No, not like that. Just click on default directory overview and reload the page. Manage tenants. Yeah, see Deepthi org 1 is created. Click on that. And now click on select that and switch tenant. Select that and switch tenant. Yeah, switch it. Click on switch button. Guys, you have done all this as a part of your exam, huh? I'm not sure you remember. You have done all this as a part of your exam, so you should be faster now. Yeah, go to the licenses, activate the licenses. You should be a little fast now. All products, left side. Left side, all products. So all you have followed the lab guide, so it was easy, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Click on try by. See, ideally, I have asked you to practice. You should do everything on your own. The first one. Enterprise mobility plus security EFI. The free trial. Click on free trial. Yeah, activate it. No, that's it. Now go back to your Deepthi org 1. Click on users. Create a new user. Left side. Click on new user. Create a new user. Admin. And then complete it. So you have selected United States, no?
India.
Okay, select accordingly these dates.
Create
User, correct. And admin user. Deepthi, you have done all this, so I'm not going to repeat now. Actually, if you create the password here itself, no, then later no need to reset. Okay. You already learned it. It's easy, you know. Other than going and resetting there, you can ask not to reset. You create your own. Let me create my password. No. Yeah. Then you create your own password. No need to reset later. And make the global administrator. Make him global administrator. Click on roles user. Yeah, as a global administrator. See, while doing itself, you can actually do many things, so that you don't need to repeat the same thing by going to the user and all. They did not add the licensing part. They could have added it here itself. Click on select. Yeah, usage location, India. Yeah, click or create. Doesn't matter. Click on create. It doesn't matter, Deepthi.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now click on Deepthi Gupta. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. It should be admin, no? My bad. Yeah, click on that. Go to user section. Yeah, admin user. Yeah, click on licenses on the left side. Add the license. Assignments. Yeah, select the license and add it. Yeah, save it. Now what you do, open an incognito window and then log into security.microsoft.com and then log in with the admin credentials. Okay. Security.microsoft.com.
Security.
Yeah, correct. .microsoft.com. Log in with that ID. You could have written in your notepad. Yeah, next. And the password that you have created. So guys, what we do, as of now, as everyone is on the same page, let's go ahead and take a very simple lunch break and then come back. And once I come back, then I'll start freshly. And I'm assuming that everyone is on the same page. So it's 1. I would expect you to come back by 2. Okay. And then we will continue. Freshly, I will continue. My assumption is that by the time you come back, you have access to this security.microsoft.com. Okay. Yeah. I'll see you all then. Yeah. Deepthi, you know, right? Where was it missing?
Yeah,
see, you forgot the password, or I think.
No, I don't know why it's not taking.
Okay, fine.
I
Just reset
entered
the password.
Right one. Yeah.
You can reset the password. No need to do all this stuff. You are an Active Directory admin. You can do everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See you all. See you all at 2 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Details here. Subject ideas. Hello. Oh, I'm not on mute. Huh?